Now, there are all sorts of wildlife and conservation efforts happening all over the county of Norfolk with all sorts of different organisations. Today, with the RSPB, we've come to Strumpshaw Fen to see exactly what conservation efforts are happening here, and it's only 6 miles outside of Norwich.
My job role is making sure that we can communicate what the RSPB are doing so people understand and that we can infuse them about wildlife and how we can conserve it. So the RSPB is the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, but we don't just focus on birds, we focus on all nature. So our aim and goal is to give nature a home and conserve it. So one of our things we want to do is we want to create bigger, more joined up homes that are better for wildlife, which we do through nature reserves, and we link these up. We also focus on certain species that are in decline and see how we can conserve them better and create their better habitats. And we also have other projects where we can infuse people, because it's all about people getting involved.
Well, Tim, thanks so much for having us to Strumpshaw. This isn't a bad view, is it?
It's a beautiful view.
Fabulous. What a way to start every day of work. And look out here. I guess it's not always sunny, but nevertheless.
No, I mean, this is the Norfolk Broads. Open water, reeds, lots of sky, and like I say, today sunshine. It's brilliant.
And here at Strumpshaw, what sort of thing? Is it purely a conservation site, or do you encourage families to come along and experience it with you?
Well, it's a bit of both, really. I mean, primarily it's a nature reserve. We're here managing these habitats for wildlife, all kinds of wildlife, but it's also a fantastic place for people to come and actually get close to the wildlife. And as you've seen today, we've got a lot going on for families in these Easter holidays.
Well, we could stay here looking out on the views, but should we have a look around the reserve and see what's going on?
Yeah, come on.
Rightio. Now, Tim, looks like a pond, but it's a whole world of life in here.
It is, and this is one of our pond dipping ponds. So any day, families can come here, hire some nets, and have a look inside the water and see some of the amazing wildlife.
Like what might we see?
Well, one or two things we can already see buzzing around. There's pond skaters. Under the water, there's some fantastic diving beetles, some really big ones. Lots of young newts in these ponds as well. So it's fascinating sort of view into the sort of the aquatic environment, and obviously that's very important in a wetland like here. We tend to see the stuff above the water. Everything really depends on what's down here in the water, and I'd encourage all parents to get their children outdoors. We've had fantastic weather recently.
Absolutely.
Get them outdoors, engaging with nature, and it's kind of like I suppose the best value entertainment you can get, because it's pretty well free.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll have a look and see what we can find. Tim, slightly disconcerted where I'm putting my feet here, because you were saying this used to all be Broad where we stood now.
It did. This was a vast area of open water created in the Middle Ages, and over the centuries the reed has gradually crept in and created this kind of thin skin that we're walking on.
So I need to tread carefully, right?
Yes.
And then you've got all sorts of hides and things for people to have a look at.
Yeah, well, here we're right out in the fen, and you can see we've got the mixture of water and reeds here. It takes a little bit of patience, but catch up with things like kingfishers, bittern, otters, and this place is so popular with people who come to photograph those things. I'll come and sit here for a few hours and get some fantastic pictures.
And we've seen all sorts when we're going around here. We've seen bees, saw a lizard earlier as well, which I wouldn't have thought I've ever seen before in Norfolk, but you get all sorts here, don't you?
It is incredibly diverse. I think we calculated we've got something about 5,000 species of wildlife recorded here. It's an amazing number.
Right, I need to get my pen and paper out then and start recording things. So thanks so much for having us here, Tim. And let's keep an eye out for a marsh harrier or even a swan that I can see now.
Yeah. Here's the marsh harrier. Right on our right.
Oh yeah.